Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, and listen as we have a calm conversation on a topic that's hopefully mundane enough for you to just sort of drift off and relax and feel the stress go away and maybe even sleep. Of course, we are a podcast to help people with insomnia or people who have trouble sleeping or people who have anxiety. We've been told we help people listen to it, and some people just listen to it because they just like to hear calm conversation, and so they don't use it for any of those things. But however you use it, we want to thank you for listening. I'm your host, Marco Timpano.
I'm Amanda Barker. I'm with you.
And Amanda, we're just recording prior to getting on the road because we're heading back to Ottawa. This will be the third time this month. Our last episode, we recorded in Ottawa, but
we're actually not heading to Ottawa.
Oh, we're not?
No, it's about 40 minutes outside of Ottawa that we're heading.
To Carleton Place, is that right?
Carleton Place is the name of the city.
And what's there to do in Carleton Place?
Okay, so I just looked it up, so give me a second.
It's still about a 4-hour and 10-minute drive.
There's a lovely farmer's market.
Okay.
There's
farmer's
the Mississippi River Walk Trail.
Which are American...
There's a Mississippi River there.
Yeah, there's a Mississippi River we drive by quite a bit. There's a lot of lakes, and the Rideau Canal and Rideau Lakes are around there. But for some reason, there is a lake called the Mississippi Lake that we're constantly driving around, beside, and over.
There's a good food tour there that's very highly rated. Oh my goodness, we may have to go there. So there's a bowling alley, and guess what it's called?
Oh, I don't know.
It's called Chasin' Turkeys.
Oh, I love it.
I know. We have to go just for the name.
How can we not go bowling? I haven't gone bowling in a long time.
We may have to go bowling tonight.
There's nothing wrong with bowling.
Chase some turkeys.
Sure.
I love it. Chasing turkeys. That's so great. For those who aren't bowlers, I only pretty later in life learned that a turkey is a bowling term.
Of course.
You want to explain it?
It's when you get 3 strikes in a row, you get a turkey. And I know,
really? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Did you not know?
No, I just remember your parents became avid bowlers.
Which is so bizarre to me because growing up,
they weren't bowlers.
I never saw my folks bowl once growing up. Although my dad said one of his first jobs was he set the pins up.
Oh, really?
So they'd be knocked down and he would just be standing beside the pins and he'd set them up. Yeah.
Like one of his first jobs when he came to Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
I know, right?
Well, yeah, your parents were very social, very social creatures. And I think it makes sense to me that they got into bowling.
Like they got really into bowling. Like
their friends got into bowling, so they started bowling. Which
is great.
Just to have a good time,
sure.
And they did. And so your mom would be really proud because she became a really good bowler.
She did.
And she would be proud when she bowled a turkey.
We'd often get a phone call initially when she got her first few turkeys, and then it became more commonplace, and we would hear about it later.
So it looks like Carleton Place is very beautiful. There's 2 breweries, a winery, stand-up paddle boarding. So there's a lot to do on the Mississippi River. There's a wool shop.
As Mark Twain would suggest.
Yes. Really great wool shop if we want to get any wool.
Wool?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like up there. Farmers market, town hall, a heritage museum.
I would like to get some wool for my mom for Christmas. So if they have a little wool.
Yeah, there's a great wool shop there.
Great, we'll do that.
And the number one thing to do, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly this is, it's a parrot wildlife
reserve.
Interactive training tours 3 times a week. Parrot Partners Canada. Oh, it's a parrot rehabilitation and like maybe a rescue.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, training and adoption of parrots. So they have people come and learn about parrots, get to know the parrots.
Wow.
Maybe play with the parrots, and you can adopt a parrot there because parrots live a very long life.
It's
right?
true. It's true.
And people might have them as a pet, and things happen, and they
of course,
a pet because it's how long do parrots live?
Like a long time,
like 30 years.
More. Some parrots, some parrots live to close to 200 years.
No.
But
I need to look this up.
Amanda's going to look that up. But yeah, I would love to go to the parrot rehabilitation. Maybe we come home with a parrot.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you. Would you really want that?
No, I don't think I'd want a parrot just because we travel too much. And I don't think it's fair to the parrot. So, but my mom could use a parrot maybe.
Oh my gosh. Well, a cockatoo is 40 to 60 years.
Right.
A macaw is 50 years. And a kakapo is 40 to 80 years.
Wow. So beware when you buy a parrot that they do live. And if we have any listeners who own
40
parrots,
to 80 years.
please send us photos on our Instagram or on our Twitter of your parrot, because I love the look of parrots. They're
Parrots
so pretty.
are beautiful.
And they're really loving animals.
Yeah,
Like, I know
they're
people.
incredible.
A good friend of ours actually has her mom's parrot. And
Wait, okay, I'm talking about somebody else.
Lisa Gaspari has her mom's parrot
Does she
now.
really?
Yeah. And she's like just posting a lot of pictures and just loving her mom's parrot.
And it's funny, through Lisa Gaspari, we met
Randy.
Randy. I couldn't think of his name.
Randy, who's a wonderful person who's had us on his radio show, and he's just a delight in Kitchener. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a radio host in Kitchener, and I forget the station, classic oldies kind of station, and has been a real part of that community for a long time. And we knew him, and we knew his parrot.
His parrot was wonderful.
His parrot used to come everywhere with him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would do magic shows, right? I think, or shows with the
I'm not
parrot.
sure.
Not magic, but he would do shows with his parrot. And it was pretty great.
Yeah.
So we're going to be heading to Carleton Place, and that's the name of the town, right, Amanda?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's why I say it's really not Ottawa, because it's a town that is 30, 40 minutes outside of Ottawa.
Which is great because it's 30, 40
Towards
minutes
us.
closer to us.
Yeah. Which means we're going to go a different way through, through Kawartha Lakes district, which is a gorgeous part of sort of a different cottage country than the one you and I mostly know. But Kawartha Lake's a very famous part of cottage country in Canada. And I learned something the other day on Jeopardy, that Canada has the most water per square foot or something like that. What was the question? Water area.
Water area. The country with the most water area.
Canada has the most. It was the final question.
I like that you learned this, but you didn't quite learn it.
I didn't quite learn because it was area, and we were debating, is that coastline or not? But in the answer, they said it was Canada, and they said Canada has the most lakes of all other countries, more lakes than every other country in the world put together. How about that?
It's impressive for sure.
That's incredible. So every other country, and you're thinking like, all the well-known lakes in Europe and Africa, and certainly in South America, in the States, Canada has more lakes than all those countries combined, which is amazing. So anyway, a big part of that is the Kawartha Lakes. It's actually called Kawartha Lakes District and Region, and we just found out that we're going to drive through it, which...
I'm trying to look for it. Usually, as you well know, I follow Lake Superior on Twitter, and oftentimes Lake Superior will retweet any Jeopardy answer that has Lake Superior in it. So I thought maybe I'd find it there. Like this one here, they reposted that one that deals with them. But one of the tweets they recently did was, "Without me, they would be called the Good Lakes," which makes me laugh. But we mentioned that we'll be driving through Peterborough, where we have a friend who lives there. And Peterborough used to be the canoe capital of the world, Amanda.
Really?
That's where they have a canoe museum, and that's where one of the big canoe makers was based out of.
Wow,
and
fascinating.
So if you find or purchase a Peterborough canoe, they're like the Rolls Royces of the Rolls Royces of canoes. Like they're the.
But I like that Royal got in there.
Yeah, Rolls Royces. I said that kind of funnily.
Of canoes, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you have a Peterborough canoe, it's really esteemed, let's say.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we love canoes. And I have to tell Amanda something. So as you may have heard, if you listen to previous episodes, I tend to use an auction. There's an online auction house that's about an hour away from us called King. I don't have to mention the name, but it's in Barrie, Ontario. And
you can message us if you want to know about it. You'd have to live in this area for it to make any difference to you.
So I've bid on a few things, and I've won a few things. And I recently won a 2-person canoe,
What?
blow up canoe. You know
You did?
Yeah, I did. So we're going to be
Are
getting
you
that.
kidding me?
Yeah, I'm really happy
You
for
did not tell me this.
I didn't tell you.
I'm trying not to make this too exciting for
I know.
those who are drifting off.
I've been keeping my eye. I've been bidding, and I've always been.
We bought a canoe.
We did. It's a blow up canoe, so it's not a Peterborough canoe, but it's a blow up 2-person canoe.
Oh my goodness.
Or kayaky canoe type thing. A blow up.
Do you think it'll be warm enough by the time we come back from these Ottawa trips to take it out on the...
Well, knowing you, even if it's not, we'll be going in it. So I bought it because I've had my eye on a few of them, but they always overbid what I'm willing to pay. Mm-hmm. And then I managed to get one.
How much?
Not much, like $50,
Oh,
and it's a
goodness.
$300 blow-up canoe.
I almost wish we had it now, because there's all this stuff on the Mississippi River where
Sure.
we're going that we could do a little canoe on the river.
Unfortunately, it's at our friend's
It's going
house
to be
in
in
Barrie.
Barrie,
Yeah,
and that's
so
not on our way.
it's not on our way, but we do have
I think
it.
it's on our
And
way.
I bought. Amanda found out the hard way that I ended up winning 4 bets for 4 tripods. I didn't think I would win any of them, but I placed 4 bids, I should say, not bets. 4 bids on 4 tripods because I knew I wouldn't be by the computer when their bid time was up. So I bid on them. We went to a friend's house, or I can't remember. When we got back, I was notified that I won all 4 tripods. So we have 4 tripods that I've won.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of tripods.
Maybe we bring one to my mom and dad's,
That's a great idea.
and then we have one there.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going to Florida in November, folks. So you'll hear an episode with my father-in-law,
Yeah.
fan favorite, Dan Barker, when I get to Florida. So
You'll
that's
have to
exciting.
Think about what you want to talk about. To be honest, if you're into auctions, have you done an auction episode with him?
We have, but I can always do another. No, we've done
Antiques.
and what do you call it that your dad does?
Flea markets.
Flea markets.
But I don't think you've covered auctions.
I can't help
He's
but
got
think
some good auction stories.
he might be too exciting for the auction stories.
Well, yeah.
Your dad likes to talk about war stuff.
Yes, he
And I'm
does.
always trying to
More
convince
now
him
than ever.
convince him not to talk about it because it's not necessarily a relaxing thing, but he just likes to any chance he gets, even if we talk about Christmas, he'll dip his toe in there.
Well, he was a soldier in this life, and I have a feeling he was probably a soldier in another life too, if you believe in that kind of thing.
I want to talk about the drive to Ottawa that we're
Okay.
going to be doing, because right now is a perfect time to be driving because the colors are absolutely gorgeous.
It's true. It's going to be a really gorgeous drive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to it today.
So we're very fortunate that you're filming this time of year because we are doing these drives.
It's a beautiful way to look at it. Yeah.
And we're seeing all these beautiful colors as we drive.
And I'm happy about today because we're really kind of going to a different place. When I found out we were filming 40 minutes outside of Ottawa, I thought, well, there's no point in staying in Ottawa.
Right.
And then I found out we're actually filming in a hotel, a beautiful old hotel. And I looked it up, and it was as much to stay a night there as it would be to stay in downtown Ottawa. So why not?
Why not indeed?
So off we go.
And Amanda, if that wasn't enough Ottawa info for you, one of our listeners, Allison Hogaliv, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. I apologize, Allison. I'm trying to read it.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'll give it
I
to you.
doubt I can
Yeah.
do any better.
So
but
Allison says that.
Allison Hards-Goliv.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see photos of your visit to Ottawa. Loved the hunt for coffee story at 10 Toast Coffee. They're great.
Remember I said 10 Toast Coffee and you said, oh, that's an odd name for coffee.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. And Allison agrees. So I feel like I got an insider
Ooh, listen to
check mark.
this. Next time you're back in town, try Nordic Spa, Chelsea, especially in the fall and winter in the evening. So maybe we do that.
I'm not even going to tell you to click on the link because when you do,
Can I click on the link?
you click on the
Is it
link.
going to make noise, though?
No. A moment ago, Amanda clicked on her directions and her phone started giving us directions. And I
Don't
had to edit
worry,
it
we edited it out of respect.
out of respect for everyone. And so thank you, Allison. First of all, I apologize. I
Oh my
said your name
gosh,
incorrectly.
I definitely want to do this place.
I knew as soon as I showed you that, you were going to be like, doesn't it look gorgeous?
So let's go.
Okay, Allison, we'll
Where's
see
Chelsea?
you there.
This is Ottawa?
It's actually in Quebec, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a pinch away because when you're in Ottawa, you're not far
Well,
from
here's
Quebec.
the thing, hon. We got to go back in a week. So maybe that's our final. I'm thinking this final trip to Ottawa that we could do in a week.
Mhm.
We go out, like we go a little longer, maybe go there,
Sure.
go to dinner. We have our favorite restaurant in Ottawa. We go there. Just it's hard because the filming days have been so long that I think, when I'm done work, we'll go out for a nice dinner. But
Right.
that just hasn't happened
Sure.
because they're long days. But I'm there to be filming and I'm there to work. So
Of
I'm certainly
course.
not complaining about that.
So, Allison, any other tips you have, we'll
Yeah,
gladly take, including
for
we'll
sure.
share our tip. Amanda mentioned
Our
our
Carleton Place tips.
our favorite restaurant in Ottawa is called North and Navy. And if you haven't been there, Allison, I really recommend it. So thank you for that. And maybe we'll check out that spa.
Yeah, why not?
You're a lover of spas.
I'm a lover of anything to do with water, I have learned. I don't know if I always quite identified that with myself. And then as I got older, I would be like, I miss the beach. And I don't remember when, a few years ago, somebody was asking someone else for advice and I'm feeling down and what should I do when I'm feeling down? I'm part of a lot of different groups for actors and women in
Film
women in
and TV
film and women in
writers,
comedy and who are in the entertainment business here in Toronto and beyond. And somebody had, I thought, brilliant advice, and she just said, get yourself to water, whether it's a shoreline, a river, on a boat, or in a bathtub.
Or pool, your local pool.
Or a pool, or a local pool that you can find. Get yourself to water. It will make a difference. And I don't know that that's true for everyone, but I do know that that's true for me. And I should find that thread and thank that person who wrote it, because to me, that's been the biggest curative for me.
Sure.
That when I'm feeling confused, unsettled, in need of a calming experience,
Of course.
I get myself to water.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and usually the easiest way to do that is to a bath. And we've talked a lot about my love of baths here, but if I can get myself to a different body of water, a pool or a shoreline of any kind, and if I can swim at that shoreline, great.
Where's your favorite place to dip your foot in water?
I'm going to need a moment for that one. I'm a big lover of Cape Cod, and I've been dreaming about it lately. It was the first beach I ever went to as a child, so I'm sure there's a lot to do with that.
Sure.
It's a beach we would come back to every summer. Even after we moved to Canada, we'd make a point to go down to Cape Cod for many years, and I miss it a lot. So if I had to pick one place, I would say probably Cape Cod.
And dear listeners, let us know what your favorite place is to dip your toe or foot or whole body in water, what your favorite body of water is to
I would say
change it.
I do love the lakes and area of Georgian Bay, and that's become a really beautiful second home in my heart as well.
Well, we'll see how Carleton Place and the lakes around there
the
treat
rivers,
you. Yeah.
beautiful rivers apparently.
Yeah.
And the St. John River I grew up on from the time I was 13 to in my mid-20s, so that's special to me too.
Oh, that's so great. I'm looking forward to this drive, actually, Amanda, because we're doing
know,
it during
I am
the
too.
day. We're packed and we're ready to go.
We'll get a latte, we'll see some fall foliage.
As soon as we're done recording this, we're going to head out. So
Yeah.
it's really quite...
Bags are packed.
Bags are packed and ready to go. Here's something that we do, and I'm wondering if our listeners do this. So when I pack our luggage in the back of the car, I throw blankets on it,
Smart.
and I have some shirts, especially black ones, that I'll throw on top of the blankets, as if the back is messy and you can see like shirts and whatnot,
Yeah.
versus just blankets that they can sort of form the look of luggages. But when you throw the shirts and the scarf and things like that on it, I think it really kind of masks what's back there. I always feel better.
I think it's a good idea to cover it up. You and I have learned, being in an urban area,
Sure.
that you shouldn't leave anything. Bags.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to
Yeah.
just, I think extra blankets in a car are a good idea no matter what, even if you don't
course.
have any safety reasons, just to have them. You'll never know when you might need a blanket. So I just think it's a great idea to have in any car.
Here's another tip that we need to remember. When we go and stop for coffee, always ask for extra creamers or those little milk. What would you call them? I mean,
those little. Yeah, what do you call
they're
those?
called something.
The little creamers and milks that you get in a diner. Those little plastic containers.
Cups. Yeah,
I
think they're called creamers. I want to say creamers.
I think they're just called creamers. Yeah.
Get extra ones because if you have coffee in the hotel, generally speaking, they don't give you fresh milk or cream. They give you a little powdery thing that turns it white, which is pretty much just paint.
Yeah.
But you could put those in your little fridge.
Yeah.
And have yourself some cream or milk with your coffee, because usually there's a little coffee maker in your room.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much more delightful because sometimes you don't want to go downstairs and ask for those things, or
Totally.
it might be late at night and that area is all closed off. So that's another tip that I have.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, we also usually carry, there's always some ketchup in our car. For some reason, little packets of ketchup. Usually,
They've come in handy.
they're usually in the handle part of the car, which drives me a bit crazy until I actually need them. And then I'm like, oh, we had hot sauce there the other day and I was like, oh, this is great. I needed something.
You needed hot sauce?
Well, I needed something to give a little kick to, I think, a breakfast sandwich I had
Road
or
food,
something.
right?
Yeah. That's what happens when you do a lot of driving, I guess,
Which
right?
we're doing right now. Our October has been defined by driving, certainly.
Now, I had mentioned this earlier on the Patreon episode, and I want to mention it again. So I am someone who always needs highlighters around him for a lot of the things I do.
You love to highlight.
And I also have a lot of Sharpies that I like. And Amanda even gifted me for Christmas like an 8-pack of like dark colored Sharpies, which I was really happy about because I really covet them and I use them a lot. And I don't press hard with them like some people in this room do. And then, and I'm very careful with the cap to keep them good and useful. And then today I found a loose cap. And I knew that meant...
Listen, by nature, I would love to be that person. I aspire to be that person. I see the merit in being that person. But by my innate DNA and nature, somehow I am not that person.
She's not that person.
So...
But she also is the person who buys them. So I cannot complain. But I actually wasn't... I didn't bring this up to
They're $3 at the dollar store. So we highly guard and prize them for the monetary value.
Yeah, but it's not to Sharpie shame you, but rather to celebrate that my highlighters, my green one, I'm finding it very difficult to find green ones, and my green one is exhausted, or what do you call it? It's run out.
Well, here's the thing.
And I couldn't find a pink one today. I needed a pink one.
The pink one is around. I've seen it recently. I will say this. There's a great satisfaction in being done with a pen or marker, highlighter, writing utensil, pencil.
There is?
I think so, because how often do you get to the end of a pencil or the end of a marker or the end, I think you're more often, or we are anyway, to not find it again or lose it or whatever. So I think honor it for its use and what it did.
That's
and
fair.
Know that they are things, they're commodities that eventually will have to be replaced.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Because
they served their purpose.
Yeah.
You thank them for what they did. All the pages they highlighted,
Well, we act like, oh my gosh, it's run out, and this pen has run out. Oh, what a piece of crap. But the truth is,
the language. My goodness.
No, I'm trying to say it jovially,
sure.
but the truth is, it ran out because we used it. So that's what it's for. That's
sure.
what it was made for. Versus, oh, my pen doesn't work or my marker's dry or whatever. That's all I mean to say.
Fair enough. And we have a plentitude of pens because we're often in hotel rooms.
Yeah, we steal them all.
Well, they're meant to be taken because they're
I know.
advertisements. At least that's what I convinced myself. But I took 2 from the last hotel. And they're really good. When you find a good
those
hotel,
are good pens?
I really like them because, I like the blue ink. It's a blue ink pen.
Well, we'll have to see how the Grand in Carleton Place holds up.
I know. I'm excited.
How are their pens?
So it's a Grand hotel. It's a nice hotel.
It's called the Grand, yeah.
Okay, so...
You know what? I'll be honest. Do you not know what it looks like?
I kind of took a quick look at it.
It's an old stone, cottage kind of hotel.
Oh, so it's going to be nice and cold.
It may be. I don't think so. I think there's... Well, listen, I don't know. I'm not going to make promises for it.
Sure.
There's a fridge in the room. I'm happy about that because I figured there wouldn't be, and I emailed them, and they said, nope, all the rooms have fridges, so...
Amanda's packed a few fridge essentials.
I have hummus, crackers,
tomatoes,
tomatoes and fior di latte.
which is a type of mozzarella, and basil, because we have so much basil. And basil needs water.
Yeah, I know.
And
I packed it with water.
No, I know, but even the basil,
I would drink so much water.
So I managed to get a basil, not even a tree, a basil vine, it looks like so much basil recently, and it was so beautiful looking. But we've been traveling so much that I'm trying to give it water, and then I come home, and it's kind of like I need water, and I'm constantly
But here's the thing, basil is like a pen. Basil is meant to serve its purpose and leave.
Right.
You're not going to have basil unless you grow new basil throughout the winter. It's just not going to be that plant.
It's not a long-lasting thing, like a parrot.
Like a parrot. It is not the macaw of the plant world.
No, it certainly isn't. But if you have a macaw, a cockatoo, a green parrot, the gray African gray.
Cockapoo is the one that really has a long. That's an 80-year commitment.
Please send us photos of your beautiful pets.
Yeah, I would love to see them. Colorful parrots on our feed. That'd be beautiful.
And thank you, Allison, for your tips. We'll give you more tips from Ottawa. Thank you to our patrons too, because we did a whole episode on the Patreon. So check that out if you want more content. And thank you for listening. We hope this little sojourn to our Carleton Place drive has helped you find your way to sleep. We hope you were able to listen and sleep.